amazing Christmas. Today I'm going to be doing this makeup look for you, which is, if you didn't guess by that intro, a New Year's Eve makeup look. I had this idea in my head for like a while and it's come out exactly how I pitched it in my head, so I'm really happy about that. So if you like the look and you want to see how to get it, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm starting with the eyes today. I have already filled in my eyebrows. I will leave what I used in the description bar down below. But first of all, I'm taking the Tartist black liner, like a gel liner. This is a recent purchase of mine. But it's so black. Look how black it is. So I really wanted to use this as the base for our eyeshadow. And I am doing the eyes first, as we're obviously using black shadow as well as some glitter. So we're probably going to have a fair bit of fallout with this. So if you are going to recreate this look, I definitely recommend doing the eyes first, as they can get super messy super fast. So if you're doing them first, it's a lot easier to clean them up before you move on to your face. And this is one of those eye looks that you are going to be like, wow, this looks really messy, like what is she doing? But when you see at the end, or as you saw in the intro, it all comes together in the end. So once I've put that base down, I'm going into my Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, purely because the black in this palette is so black. It is like matte. I mean, look at it. It is like matte black. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's the blackest shadow I've ever tried. And it just kind of just evens everything. I'm like pointing at the screen as I'm telling you this. Can you see how it's just like evened it all out there? It literally just looks like a black lid. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you can see what I'm saying anyway. So I'm basically just using a flat brush to pat that on, and then I'm going into a fluffier brush with no product on it, but just to start blending out the edges. This brush set, by the way, this marble, I showed this to you guys on my Snapchat, and you guys were like, oh my god, where's this brush set from? And it is from Skinny Dip London. I think they used to just do like bags and phone cases, but they've just come out with some bomb brush sets and stuff. So I will try and find them online and leave them below. So once I've gone in with no product, I then go in with henna, which is from the same Huda Beauty palette, just to diffuse the edges, and then buffing it out with a fluffier brush, which again has got no product on it. Although it did look like it did, but it didn't, I promise. And then I just basically go through these steps again and again. So I just apply more black shadow, and then I blend it out using the same brushes and the shades as well. You just want to make sure you're really taking your time with this, and I feel like it's much easier to do it this way around, like lay down the black first and then blend up, because I feel like if you start with your transitional colour, especially for black shadow, then it gets just so crazy so quickly, and before you know it, you are literally a panda. Even though we look like a panda right now, like by the end of it, if you do it that way, you will be an actual panda. So yeah, definitely work for the lash line up. I personally think it's easier. So just keep blending until you're happy with the depth of colour you have. We are going to be putting glitter over the top of the lid, but we still want it to be really black underneath. Because it gives it a different look. I don't know how to explain it. But for the glitter, I'm using this Topshop glitter liner in gold. These glitter liners are just the easiest way, I think, to use glitter. Because they're obviously already in a liquid form, you literally have so much control just to brush the glitter on. So that's all I did. I just brushed it on the centre of the lid, like focusing on the centre. And then as I got less product on the brush, I kind of started brushing it on the inner and outer corners of the lids as well, just so it kind of diffused it a bit more, rather than just being like a spot of glitter, you know. And then you want to make sure this dries before you open your eyes, because if you open your eyes, then it will go on the top of your crease, you know. So then I applied some lashes. These are the Pixie Wisp by Unicorn lashes. So I just popped them on off camera. And now we're going to quickly do the face. I'm taking my Smashbox Smoothing Pore Minimizing Primer, I think this is. Then foundation. First of all, this is the Urban Decay foundation, the all-nighter. I wanted super full coverage because it is a really glam look. So I applied that in the centre of my face because my shade is too light for me. I need to get another one. And then on the outer part of my face, I used my Milani Conceal and Perfect in sand or golden. I'll leave it down below, I can't remember. But I basically just buffed them all together, but you've got that lighter one in the inner part of your face and a darker one around the outside. Round the outside, round the outside. And then I'm going in with my Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. This one is in the shade Light Golden. And I'm just using my ring finger to blend this under my eyes in like an upside down triangle. And then I'm taking the brand spanking new limited edition Beauty Blender. This is celebrating their 15 years of Beauty Blender. I think it's only available at Sephora. It's like a really nice baby pink colour, and I don't just love a new Beauty Blender. It makes me so happy when I have a new one. So I just obviously dampened it and then use that to put out the concealer. Then I'm going to be baking that with the Rodial baking powder and baking brush. This I have used literally the day I got it. I've used it every day since. It is by far the best baking powder I've ever used in my life, because when I've tried to bake with like the Laura Mercier translucent powder, for example, it just gets really cakey and dry for me. This just doesn't at all. Like, it just sets it really, really well without it being super dry, and it doesn't have flashback unless you don't blend it all away. So make sure you blend it all away, and it has no flashback. Then I'm going to contour and bronze with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm taking the middle of the contour shades just to really bronze up the face and just define it a bit as well. And I'm using another one of that marble brush set from Skinny Dip London. Once I've done that, I'm just dusting away all that excess powder we have got left under the eyes and just making sure everything blends together. And then for blush, I'm actually using my Illamasqua Epic highlighter as my blush on another one of these brushes. And this, I'm guessing, is a blush brush. I don't know, but it looked like a blush brush to me. And I'm just using this in the normal blushy kind of areas because this highlighter, you know I love it, but it's just too dark for me, so whereas an actual highlighter, so I use the Laura Geller Gilded Honey as my actual highlighter for the tops of my cheekbones. So I kind of apply the Illamasqua all around the cheek and forehead, and then just focus the Laura Geller on the very high points of my face. Moving back onto the lower lash line, I'm taking that same henna shade, and I'm just using a flat kind of angled brush just to pack this onto my lower lash line first of all, and then I'm going to be blending it out with that same fluffy brush we used in the crease, so it will have a tiny bit of a darker shade on it because obviously we used it on the crease with the black as well. And then just a fluffy brush to diffuse it. Then I'm taking a black kohl liner, I think this one is Rimmel maybe, and I'm just tight lining my lash line and also my waterline, so I'm putting black all up in there. And then I'm taking the black shadow and that same definer brush, and I'm just going over the black kohl liner just to really intensify and make it super black. And this also makes it last like so much longer, like a hell of a lot longer than it normally would, especially for me. I've got pretty watery eyes, so liner tends to just come off with me really easily, but if I do this way it does last a lot longer. One more blend out of that once you've done that, because obviously you've applied a bit more shadow, so you just want to make sure it's all blended. And then I'm taking Moon Dust from that same palette to highlight my brow bone, and also I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eye with this as well. Then I'm taking that same gold glitter liner and I'm applying this to the lower lash line and like a tear shape, so like an upside down triangle in just the centre of your eye. You do want to look straight ahead into the mirror, so you do get it like in the centre like as much as possible. I wanted to do this because I wanted this look to be kind of like my favourite looks put together into one New Year's Eve look, like to see the year off, you know. And definitely the glitter tears, when I've done them a couple of times, they've definitely been my favourite looks, so I wanted to include them in this tutorial. And then I'm going to be applying some mascara to my top and bottom lashes just to make sure the falsies blend as well. And then once you've done that, I'll be, I think, setting my eyebrows. Yes, setting my eyebrows just with my Anastasia. This is just the clear brow gel, just to brush them through so they stay in place all night. What am I looking at? And then once I've done that, you're going to be lastly moving on to the lips. For the lips, I'm first of all going to be lining them, and I'm going to be taking the Candy K lip liner from Kylie Cosmetics. Definitely one of my faves of the year. Like, this is my second one and it's already this small, and this is my second one. So I really like this liner. And then for lipstick, I'm taking the Kat Von D Liquid Lip. This is in Bow and Arrow. This is new to me as well. This is actually the first time ever even wearing it, and I absolutely loved it. But once you've done that, you're going to finish off with the Tashie, is that how you say it? The illuminating spray. This stuff is amazing. Like, literally, like, it's really expensive. and I really had to question if I needed it, but then I just bought it because I needed it. So once you've done that, the look is complete.
Looks good, looks good.
Okay, so this is the finished look, guys. I really hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. I hope you all have an amazing New Year's Eve, and leave me in the comments down below your New Year's resolutions for 2017, and I will leave mine in my description bar because I'm not actually too sure what it is yet. So I will see you next year. Bye, guys.
That girl is a real crowd pleaser. Small world, all her friends know me. Young bull living like an old geezer. Release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Frat girl still tryna get even. Haters mad for whatever reason. Smoke in the air,